Okay, so let's take a look at the credits. So we are finding the perimeter and area of this shape over here. And so the perimeter is the distance around. So we have a semicircle. So I'm going to do my circumference equals my diameter times pi divided by 2 because it's half of a circle. And so I have my diameter. If down here is 5, then up here is also 5. So I have 5 times 3.14 divided by 2. So I have 5 times 3.14 divided by 2. And I get 7 and 85 hundredths. So 7 and 85 hundredths. Then I need to add that to my distance around. So I go 5 here plus 5 plus 5, and that closes that shape off. So I'm going to add 7.85 plus all 3 of those sides that are all 5. So 5 plus 5 plus 5. So plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. And I get 22 and 85 hundredths for my perimeter. So 22 and 85 hundredths. And then I'm in meters, so I put an M next to it to show my measurements. For my area, I have my semicircle, and then I have a square. So I'm going to do my area formula, which is pi times my radius squared, but since it's only half of a circle, I'm going to divide it by 2. So I'm going to do 3.14 times my radius. My diameter is 5. So my radius equals 5 divided by 2, which equals 2.5. And then I'll divide by 2 after I square that. So let's go to our calculator. We have 3.14, not 314, 3.14 times 2.5 squared divided by 2. And I get this number right here. So I got 9.8125. So now I have my square, which is just base times height. So my base is 5. My height is also 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So now I'm going to add these two together. So 25 plus 9.8125. I'm going to use the calculator, makes it easier. So plus 25. And I get 34.8125. And it didn't tell us to round it, so we have to keep the entire thing. And then my measurement was meters, and with area, we do an exponent of 2. For try number 2, we can see we have a rectangle and 2 semicircles. So I'm going to find my perimeter. So this one's a little bit trickier. So first I'm going to find my circumference of my semicircle. So my diameter is going to be a little bit harder to find because this whole distance here is 12. So I'm going to take 12 and I'm going to subtract this 3 and I'm going to subtract this 3. So it gets rid of these sides right here, which is the same as these sides up here, leaving me with just my diameter. So 12 minus 3, and I get 6. So my circumference equals my diameter times pi. So I have 6 times 3.14, but since it's a semicircle, I'm going to divide it by 2. So 6 times 3.14 divided by 2, and I get 9 42 hundredths. So that means the distance around here is 9.42, and the distance around here is 9.42. So to find them together, since I have two semicircles, I'm going to multiply it by 2, and I get 18 84 hundredths. Now technically, since two semicircles make up a full circle, I didn't even need to divide by 2 at the beginning because two semicircles make a whole circle, and I could have just done 6 times 3.14 and got my answer for both of those. But if you didn't, that's okay. We'll get the same answer no matter what. So now I found the distance of my semicircles. So I found this one and I have this one, and both those combined give me 18 84 hundredths. And now I need to add that to this 3 here, plus this 3 here, and this one. And then I need to add it to this 3, and this 3. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3s. So 6 times 3 is 18 if I were to add all of those up, plus my 18 84 hundredths. So plus 18, that gives me 36.84. So my perimeter is 36 84 hundredths, and this is in feet. Now we need to find the area. So I'm going to erase this for you guys so we can kind of see it a little better. So I have two semicircles, and two semicircles make up a full circle. So I have a whole circle this time, so I can just use the area formula, which is just pi r squared. I don't need to divide by 2 because if I were to connect these and move these together, it would make a full circle. So we need to find my radius. This is my diameter of 6. So diameter is 6. So my radius is 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So I'm going to do 3.14 times 3 squared. So 3 times 3 is 9 times 3.14. But just to show you on the calculator how to use that squared button, we have 3.14 times 3 squared, which is 9, equals 28 26 hundredths. And then I have this rectangle here, which is base times height. So my base is 12. My height is 3. So 12 times 3 is 36. And then I'm going to add both those together. So add these up. And I am going to do 28 26 hundredths plus 36. So plus 36. And I get 64 26 hundredths. And then it's in feet. And I put my little exponent to show that we found area.